Welcome to Error Reprocessing Tool, a powerful feature designed to help engineers, supervisors, and IT administrators to take a swift action on failed or unresolved interface errors. This tool will be your intelligent companion in streamlining error management and reprocessing inbound and outbound interfaces. Designed for manufacturing and MES environments, this tool helps supervisors and process engineers efficiently to identify, analyze, and reprocess errors, all from a single unified interface. With real time tracking of failed errors, automated error classification, and guided reprocessing flows, it minimizes downtime and ensures data consistency across systems. No more chasing support teams. Just a clear view of what went wrong, why it happened, and how to fix it fast. Error reprocessing tool helps your team to act quickly, reduce delays, and maintain production smoothly. Let us now see some challenges you might be facing today without a reliable error reprocessing tool. In a typical manufacturing setup, when an interface error occurs, what would really happen? Operators see missing data or halted transactions, but they have no clue why. Process engineers are forced to dig through log files, Excel sheets, or manual trackers just to trace the root cause. Errors go unnoticed until they are affecting inventory, traceability, and production flow. Reprocessing takes time, often requiring IT support or back-end fixes. Without a proper system in place, teams would struggle with delayed error detection, lack of visibility, and manual reprocessing. The result? Downtime, data loss, and disconnected operations. The benefits. This tool is a smarter way to handle all these challenges. The one place where supervisors, engineers, and IT teams could come together to view failed transactions, diagnose issues, and reprocess errors, resulting in no more scattered logs, faster resolution, increased operational efficiency, and greater visibility and control. Now that we understand why ERT is essential, let's take a closer look at what makes it powerful. ERT continuously monitors all integration points between MES and ERP system. It captures errors as they happen. Errors are logged instantly, giving your team a complete visibility. It supports Oracle and SQL databases, connects to multiple CNMOM servers, captures both inbound and outbound failed interfaces in real time, analyze the root cause with context, and reprocess the errors. This architectural diagram illustrates the working of error reprocessing tool. On the left, you see Drew's Nexus Web application, which serves as a centralized web framework hosting all Drew applications, including ERT. Nexus maintains its own database to store essential master data, such as users, servers, and roles. And ERT, on the other hand, has a dedicated database to capture and store failed interface errors. These stored errors form the basis for reprocessing activity. On the right, you see ERP, CNMOM, and Ops Center applications. When an inbound interface is sent from ERP to Ops Center through CNMOM and a failure occurs, ERT captures the error and saves it in its database. The tool then retrieves the error for action analysts to apply corrective actions and allows reprocess analysts to resubmit the original payload back to CNMOM for reprocessing, ensuring successful creation in Ops Center. By following this approach, ERT guarantees that the original message remains intact with no modifications or tampering, thereby maintaining data integrity and preventing breaches between ERP and Ops Center. One of the core strengths of our error reprocessing tool is its flexible adapter support. It's designed to support multiple adapter types like Web API, file-based, or database adapters. Our tool ensures that every incoming and outgoing message of any of above adapter types can be easily captured. You will just have to define and configure CNMOM side of configurations, which would include message types, adapters, message channels, etc. for your interfaces, and you are ready to go. Before going deeper into the functionality, let's first understand different user roles of this tool. The error reprocessing tool is designed with a role-based access. ensuring that every user sees and does only what they are responsible for. Let's look at the key roles with the system and how each contributes to streamline error handling. So, our ERT application has three roles in the system: administrator, action analyst, and reprocess or closure analyst. Let's have a closer look at what each of these roles do. The administrator. The administrator or supervisor plays a critical role in setting up and maintaining the error reprocessing tool. This role focuses on configurations, user access, and overall system governance, ensuring the tool runs smoothly and securely. They can configure master data, monitor all the errors, which includes both inbound and outbound errors. They can reprocess and close errors. In general, they will have complete access to the system. The administrator ensures that analysts see only the right errors, alerts go to the right users, and system data remains clean, compliant, and efficient. The error action analyst. This role plays crucial in ensuring that errors don't just get noticed but are handled correctly and efficiently. They can analyze error details to determine if immediate reprocessing is possible, validate the completeness of error data before triggering action, take appropriate actions, assign or escalate errors to the right team, monitor error trends and identify repeat offenders, document corrective actions, and update error handling rules. Error resolution or closure analyst. The error resolution or closure analyst is responsible for reprocessing or closing out errors after corrective action has been taken by action analysts. They act as the final checkpoint in the error handling process. They can review ready to reprocess errors for accuracy, ensure all required actions, comments are in place, confirm that the root cause is addressed before closing or reprocessing the error, update resolution status and closure remarks, and reopen the error if incorrectly closed. Now that we know who does what, let's see how the system actually supports them on screen. Let's first see what master data an administrator or a supervisor needs to set up. Before the error reprocessing tool can start capturing and managing errors, a supervisor needs to perform a one-time setup to define key master data. This master data would include configuring interface message types and interface group management system. Let us now explore each role and see their responsibilities in detail. Let us log in as an administrator. We have heard a lot about the error reprocessing tool can do. Now let's see it in action. I'll walk you through the UI step by step so you can experience how simple and powerful the tool really is, right from the login to the error resolution. Here's the login screen, the entry point to your centralized control system. You can simply enter your credentials, security credentials, authenticated via LDAP, and successfully login will navigate you to the screen where you can launch the error reprocessing tool. So let me log in. This is where you'll be able to launch the tool. You are now greeted with view of robust features of ERT and feature to connect multiple CNMOM servers. ERT connects seamlessly to every configured CNMOM instance, bringing together all interface errors from different servers into one powerful umbrella. Here's the graphical representational idea for an ERT, tailored for a clean, supervisor-friendly UI. At the top, we begin with error summary cards, giving you a quick snapshot of total count of errors captured for a selected CNMOM server. This total count gives you an immediate visibility into how many integration issues have occurred. Further, this total count is broken down into three categories: open errors that are pending resolution, closed errors that have been reviewed and resolved, and reprocessed errors which were retried successfully. This layered view helps you quickly understand both volume and the current status of system errors. On the left, you will find the error pie graph, which visualizes the total count of error evolving on each interface. This helps in identifying recurring problems on each interface. In the screen, you can see errors captured for some inbound errors like MFG order, product, and some of the outbound interfaces like component issue and scrap. To the right, we have the bar chart. Here, users can view errors occurred in each month for each interface type, allowing you the precise targeting of errors for reprocessing. Users can view last 6 months' data. Dashboard helps supervisors to assess the real-time health of their MES to ERP integration. Next, we'll see interface message types. Interface message types represent the kind of communication or data exchange that occurred between systems, such as between MES and ERP at the time of the error happened. These types help categorize the errors based on what was being processed. Administrator needs to configure all inbound and outbound message types in ERT in order to capture the failures for them. Administrators can define multiple interface message types across multiple CNMOM servers as part of the system setup. So here you can see we are adding the message type, interface type, whether it is outbound or inbound, and we are adding the message type for a particular server. You can edit these messages as well. Now let's see interface group management. Interface group management plays a key role in defining who is responsible for what. This feature allows administrators to create groups of multiple interfaces based on system, function, or business need. Once the groups are defined, they can be assigned to one or more users, such as action analysts, reprocess analysts, or supervisors, ensuring a clean, role-driven workflow. This helps to ensure that each user only sees and interacts with the interfaces relevant to their responsibilities, improving focus and reducing clutter. In short, the interface group management enables secure, scalable, and structured control over the interface access, ensuring the right people have the visibility to the right data. This is a key configuration as analysts will receive email notification whenever an error occurs or is ready to reprocess. With the master data configured now, interface groups assigned, and roles mapped, the error group reprocessing tool is now fully set up and is officially ready to capture errors. It's time for the action analysts to take over from here. Now let's see what happens when an error hits the system. As soon as the interface fails or failure occurs, the tool identifies the relevant interface group and immediately sends an email notification to the assigned action analyst. This ensures that no error goes unnoticed and that the right person is alerted without delay. The notification includes key details such as the interface name, error type, timestamp, and message ID, error message, allowing analysts to quickly assess and act on the issue. As action analysts receives an email, they can log in and right from their personalized dashboard, they can view all the errors they are assigned to them. Error reprocessing tool captures every detail of an interface and the target system response when an error occurred. This will make sure the action analyst has all the details they need to understand the root cause that led to the error, making it easy to take swift actions. Analysts can drill down into each failed message to view the recorded date, the message type, the MES object value on which the interface failed, the interface type, whether it is an inbound or an outbound, the error message. You can see here you get a detailed information like error ID, the record date, message ID, and the error message that caused the interface to fail. The error code, the adapter type, whether it is a web API, whether it's a database or a file adapter, the response XML, ERT captures the response sent by Ops Center whenever an inbound interface is triggered but fails to process successfully. In this example, we are mocking an inbound interface that failed due to a missing product. The error message present in the response XML is crucial as it helps action analysts quickly to understand the root cause of the interface failure and take corrective actions. Next is the original message content. The original message content refers to the message initially sent by ERP. ERT captures this message and stores it in its database. Once the corrective actions are taken and completed, the error is ready for reprocessing. ERT resubmits this original message back to ERP without any modifications. This approach ensures that ERT does not alter or breach any data exchanged between ERP and Ops Center during reprocessing, maintaining both integrity and compliance. Next is the request XML, and ERT captures the request XML sent to Ops Center whenever an inbound or an outbound interface is triggered by CNMOM. In this example, we are again mocking an MFG order interface. The captured request XML corresponds to the MFG order meant service, which includes MFG order name and all, along with it, the other required details that are necessary to create an MFG order. Users are also provided the filter options where they can filter these required information by providing the values over here. The action analysts are responsible for reviewing the errors, investigating the root cause, and applying quick fixes whenever possible. Whether it's correcting a missing value, updating a master data mapping, or resolving a configuration issue, the action analyst ensures that the error is addressed at the source. After the necessary corrective actions are made, they can mark the error as ready to reprocess, signaling the system that the issue has been resolved and the transaction can be easily retried. They can also provide their comments for the error during reprocessing. Errors can also be marked as ready to close if they are not required to be retried. And again, the comments can be provided for respective errors that you would want to close. Now that action analyst has done their job and rectified errors and got it ready for reprocess or close, it's now error reprocess or closure analysts who would be taking the next step. As the errors are marked for reprocess or closure, the system would send an email notification to reprocess analysts for them to take further actions. You can see a detailed email which is sent where the reprocess analysts can view the required information. Now let's log in as an reprocess analyst. Let's now log in as an reprocess analyst. This is the view of a reprocess analyst. When they log in, they can view all the errors listed out here, which are ready to reprocess or ready to close. The yellow rows that you're specifically looking at are the rows which are ready to reprocess, and the pink ones are ready to close. Again, as the action analyst, reprocess analysts could also see all the required details of an error, including record date, message type, MES object value, interface type, and etc. They can also view the comments given by the action analyst during the error selection as a reprocess or close or a closure error. The reprocess analysts can select the respective errors and they can click on reprocess button to reprocess the errors, and they can also provide the comments while reprocessing. Similarly, they can choose the errors that are ready for closure and they can click on the close button over here. This is a reopen error page. If any of the errors are mistakenly closed, then they can be reopened by the reprocess analyst and sent back for more analysis. Administrator can have archive and purge option as well to maintain the system performance, the data hygiene. The error reprocessing tool includes a built-in mechanism for archiving and purging errors. Once a error has been successfully reprocessed and marked as resolved, it is no longer active in the system. These completed transactions are automatically moved to an archive zone for historical reference and audit compliance. The archived records retain full details, including original payloads, timestamps, resolution actions. To avoid unnecessary storage bloat, the system also supports manual or scheduling purging of older. To avoid unnecessary storage bloat, the system also supports manual or scheduled purging of older archived errors based on configurable retention policies. For example, deleting records older than 90 or 180 days. This process ensures that the ERT database remains lean and optimized while still preserving the traceability for compliance and analysis. We are now at the end of our error reprocessing tool product overview. We have shown how the tool solves the key challenges you might be experiencing. To summarize, you have seen ERT is built to bring clarity, control, and speed to integration error management. From real-time error capture and flexible interface grouping to role-based dashboards, detailed traceability, and powerful reprocessing capabilities. Every feature is designed to reduce downtime, improve efficiency, and empower your analysts to take action. With the smart notifications and system performance safeguards like archiving and purging, ERT becomes an essential part of any modern integration landscape. Thank you for taking the time to explore ERT tool with us. We hope this demo gave you a solid idea of how error reprocessing tool fits into a bigger picture. If you'd like to learn more, schedule a deep live session, or see live use case, do contact us at drewts.com. Thank you.